Breaking overnight, another mass shooting in America. You're looking at video from the scene in Washington, D.C., where police say 9 people were shot just before 1 a.m., 2 children among the victims. Police saying all of the victims are suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. There are now urgent calls again this morning from President Biden for tougher gun laws as Washington joins cities nationwide coming to grips after this series of deadly mass shootings, all surrounding the 4th of July holiday.
The president again pressing congressional Republicans to help develop a bipartisan gun solution amid a recent spike in those mass shootings.
From Fort Worth to Baltimore, frustration and grief after gunfire ripped through communities and claimed lives.
This country needs to re-examine its conscience and find out how to get guns out of dangerous people's hands.
In Philadelphia, authorities say a gunman wearing a ski mask and a bulletproof vest opened fire, killing 5 people and injuring 2 boys ages 2 and 13. The gunman surrendering to responding Philadelphia police officers. And in Fort Worth, Texas,
just before July 4th, we had a shooting. It appears that we had multiple victims that were shot.
Police are investigating after 3 people were killed and 8 others hurt in a shooting at a neighborhood festival. In Wichita, at least 7 people suffered gunshot wounds and 2 others were trampled at a mass shooting at a nightclub. Investigators also continue a search for answers in Baltimore, where multiple gunmen are believed to have opened fire at a block party. 28 shot, at least 2 were killed. Speaking to a group of educators on the 4th of July, President Joe Biden urged congressional Republicans to pass gun safety reform to protect the nation's schools and communities.
Banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, extensive background checks, they're part of the answer. They'll make a big difference.
In a statement, the president doubled down on his calls for tougher gun laws and recognized Illinois' ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines after a gunman shot and killed 10 people at a 4th of July parade in the Chicago suburb of Highland Park last year. In response, Congress passed a bipartisan gun legislation that included $750 million to help states remove firearms from people deemed to be personal or public danger and strengthen background checks for gun buyers younger than 21.
The Gun Violence Archive, which tracks U.S. mass shootings involving at least 4 victims, already counts more than 340 mass shootings this year. Clearly, more shootings so far than days of the year.